This episode is brought to you by Nakano Rice Vinegar.
And Nakano Rice Vinegar comes in 7 different flavors, and it can wake up and liven up any dish.
Yep, what starts in the vinegar aisle ends with new traditions, delightfully unexpected flavors, and reimagined favorites.
So find it in the vinegar aisle or visit nakanoflavors.com/recipes.
That's NAKANO flavors.com/recipes. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, it's 10:33 in the morning. We've just eaten calzones. Now we're going to eat some perfectly engineered food products. I'm Molly.
And I'm Matthew.
And this is Spilled Milk, the show where we cook something delicious, eat it all, and you can't have any.
And apparently Molly is ambushing me with a whole new style of intro for our 500th episode.
That's right.
And I couldn't be happier to be ambushed.
500th episode. I've got to keep things fresh in our relationship.
You absolutely do. And the best way to keep things fresh in a relationship is to ambush your partner with a new intro. With a new intro.
I got to figure out how to translate this to my actual relationship.
What if every time wife of the show, Lori, got home, I greeted her by starting to say, sup, and just didn't refuse to explain. Just that's my new greeting.
And I liked the way you did the little chin lift thing.
Yep.
This is what the therapists mean. The therapists when they say,
the cabal.
Keep things fresh.
This is a classic John Gottman move.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, are we sticking with this intro?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. So this is our 500th episode.
Yes.
Everybody.
When we started the show, did you think we would make it to 500?
Matthew, I'll be honest.
Did you think we would make it to 5?
I wasn't sure we were going to get off the ground.
I know, me neither.
But you kept the faith, really.
I did, in a Bon Jovi Keep the Faith sort of way. That's a Bon Jovi album, right?
I'm not sure if that's a Bon Jovi album.
All right, we're pausing the show while we look up.
Is that Billy Joel? Look it up.
It doesn't sound like Billy Joel. It sounds Billy Joel is not upbeat, right? He's
what about Uptown Girl?
Uptown Girl, I don't mean upbeat in terms of tempo.
Uptown Girl makes me feel like dancing.
Yeah, you're right. But most Billy Joel songs are about how he's kind of a sad sack character.
Yeah,
right?
Sing us a song. You're the piano man.
That's true. I am the piano man.
Wait a minute. Wait, we have to look up Keep the Faith.
I know. You're closer to a device. I feel like Keep the Faith was like a Bon Jovi album from the 90s, they had kind of peaked in popularity, but their fans were still keeping the faith.
Shit.
Is it a Bon Jovi album?
You're right. It's at least a Bon Jovi song. Oh, there's also Michael Jackson, Keep the Faith. Keep the Faith is the 5th studio album by Bon Jovi, released in 1992. What songs were on it?
I'm going to say Keep the Faith. Well, that's the thing.
Bed of Roses.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing about Bon Jovi is they went through a period where they were the biggest band in the world, and they had Shot Through the Heart and You're to Blame.
You Give Love.
They gave Love a bad name. Then the New Jersey album came out, and that was a huge hit too. And then after that, they never had another album that was the biggest thing ever, but they still have cajillions of fans.
Well, it's just because
and that
John Bon Jovi has such a pretty face. Oh my God, there was a Billy Joel song called Keeping the Faith.
Oh my God, okay.
Okay, but anyway, John Bon Jovi, let's look at pictures of John Bon Jovi.
Yes. But it's not just because John Bon Jovi has a pretty face. It's also he has a great voice and co-writes really good songs.
No, all I can see is his beauty.
All right.
Although, God, I mean, he's a really good-looking man, but I prefer young John Bon Jovi. No, I'd take him either way. Who am I kidding?
I mean, but I'd hate to think that people only listen to this podcast because of my beautiful face.
I mean, what I love about the hair metal era is how androgynous it was.
Oh, incredible. You know that one Poison album where they're all wearing lipstick and heavy makeup? It's fantastic.
Oh my God. I know we've spent time on this show talking about Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, but talk about beautiful androgyny.
Yeah, do you remember Yesterday?
Walking hand in hand?
That's
right. Okay, God, we are really... Let's get down to business.
This episode was suggested months ago by listener Dana, who I think even suggested it for the 500th episode, and we're just taking it and running with it. She suggested that we do a perfectly engineered food products episode, which is the topic of this episode.
We finally got there. Okay, so let's start on memory lane.
I think I want to do something before memory lane. I think we need to try and define more clearly what a perfectly engineered food product is. Do you want to do that? Should we do that now or should we save it for later?
No, let's do it now.
Let's
I think
do it now
because I
feel
we
like
might have some new listeners.
That I have, and also I don't think we've ever necessarily. I don't even know if we agree on it.
I
this
agree.
could be our breakup episode because we just can't come to an agreement about what constitutes a perfectly engineered food product.
So, okay, I'll begin. I believe that a perfectly engineered. Wow,
all right, already blew it.
So a key word here is engineered.
Exactly.
So this product cannot just like grow on trees or in the soil. Like a nectarine can be a perfect food.
Yes.
Okay. A perfect nectarine can be a perfect food, but it cannot be a perfectly engineered food product.
Yeah.
This is something that is gone through like the laboratory.
Yeah. And to me, that means like, I would even go further with it because, like, I think you asked, like, whether, like, Tillamook cheddar can be a perfectly engineered food product. And to me, it doesn't quite qualify because it has to seem like the kind of thing that, like, could only exist, like, in the late industrial age.
Okay. So I want to make a further distinction. Yeah. Though I love to bake, I've never wanted to make a croissant. Or like I don't want to make puff pastry at home. And it's not because it's because they are so much better when made by somebody who knows how to do it well.
Sure.
They're not a perfectly engineered food product though, because you can make them at home.
Right.
Like you cannot make M&Ms at home.
No. And, like, there are books, like, you know, like recreate your favorite name brand products at home, but they're not going to be remotely the same.
Correct.
Like, it might be a fun project, but you're not going to make M&Ms. And even if you could, it would probably cost you, like, $50 to make a pack of M&Ms.
But people are doing it as we speak.
Are people making M&Ms?
No, but people are making, like, you know, homemade Snickers bars.
Homemade Twinkies was a thing for a while.
Homemade candy corn, a lot of people like
to
I mean, maybe not a lot of people.
I mean, I think you just take regular corn and, like, put some corn syrup on it.
Yeah. Anyway, so, okay.
All right, so I think actually we do agree, and we don't have to break up.
So I like this definition about like that you actually can't make it at home, because I was initially thinking maybe cheese could be a perfectly engineered food product, but no, it doesn't truly have engineering.
Yeah, I think that's the distinction. Like you kind of
machines?
know it when you see it.
You need machines.
You need machines.
Okay.
Like, and we've got an array of products here on the table that like are absolutely unrecreatable.
Machine-made products. Okay. So, Matthew, did we have any perfectly engineered food products as children? Like, if the term had existed for us then, what would have been a perfectly engineered food product in your childhood?
Okay. So, for me, one of these I'm stealing from you, because it was also one for me, SpaghettiOs, and particularly SpaghettiOs with mini meatballs.
The meatballs were the best.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Michelina's frozen pasta entrees.
Yes.
Like, those came along like maybe when I was a teenager, I think, but I loved them. And like they were completely unlike any pasta you would make at home, certainly.
My friend Jennifer, her family always had Michelinas in the freezer, and she
good
incidentally
family.
was.
That is the sign of a good, solid family, Dr. John Gottman would say.
Also, her mom like allowed her to buy sugary cereals like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and so her house was also where I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the first time, which may be a perfectly engineered food product.
I realized, like, I didn't buy this for the episode. I just put cereal on the shopping list, and wife of the show, Lori, came home with giant-sized Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, we know what wife of the show Lori's into.
Yeah.
Starlight Mints and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I'm not sure if she's eaten any of it. I think the responsibility for draining this 27-ounce box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is largely falling to me.
Oh, okay. All right, but go on. More products from childhood.
Oreos, for sure. Original Fritos, and also chili cheese Fritos. Like as soon as those came out, those became a favorite of mine.
I've never had chili cheese Fritos.
Oh, they're really good.
Okay.
And like those are like I'm sure like you know the time of our childhood was like a big era for perfectly engineered food products. I think.
Well, I think some of it
depends. It depends, like you know who your parents were.
Well, also, so we lived in sort of the golden age, I think, like the explosion of sugar cereals.
Yes, there were a lot of explosion. Well, like they learned how to explode rice and wheat and make honey smacks. I don't know.
God. But also there was like aspartame and NutraSweet and all that
true.
stuff that came out in our childhood. So like there was a bit too much engineering in our childhood.
Yeah. That's kind of a thing about a perfectly engineered food product is like a lot of the engineering has gone into like making it addictive kind of. Like you know, you eat a couple of Cool Ranch Doritos and you're like, okay, I'm done. Wait, I'm not. Like that is like to me a key function of a perfectly engineered food product. It's craveable.
It's craveable. Okay.
I'm not like putting a value judgment on this.
As opposed to engineering for the sake of like making fake sugars or reducing calories or whatever. Like this is made to taste delicious.
Right.
In a way that gets your like biochemistry going.
My biochemistry, like, just looking at these bags and boxes and cans, my biochemistry is going. Okay. Like a lot of times my biochemistry just shuts down for a while and people wonder if I'm in a coma. And I just haven't had like an M&M in too long.
Okay. Can I talk about the perfectly engineered food products of my
please.
childhood? So you already stole my SpaghettiOs.
I know. You've been wondering for decades who stole your SpaghettiOs, and now the truth comes out.
Well, and I want to say that like SpaghettiOs, I think we tasted them for an episode here, and they have not held up, but I put them on the list anyway because they were a perfectly engineered food product of my childhood.
Oh, I loved SpaghettiOs when I was a kid.
They were fantastic.
No, and like on into like early adulthood, I would still buy them sometimes. I can't enjoy them the way I used to. And it's not because I don't like junk food. Like they just don't do it for me the same way anymore.
Yeah. I feel like there's something missing. Like I wonder if I sprinkled them with MSG.
Maybe. Or maybe you sprinkled them with a little freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Just try that.
Okay, I think that I'm also going to say that Lucky Charms were a perfectly engineered food product of my childhood. And also Frosted Flakes, but Frosted Flakes do go soggy too fast.
Yeah.
But that first 6 bites of a bowl of Frosted Flakes, it's hard to improve upon that.
Yeah, and you know, I would put Kellogg's Corn Flakes up there too.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes, I think, eaten dry are
it's
pretty
so
fantastic.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I just thought of another one and now I'm forgetting. Okay. Cherry Coke.
Absolutely.
When Cherry Coke first came out, the world was a new place.
I remember it so well. Yes, that was incredible.
Okay, wait. Is there anything else that I'm not thinking of?
Yeah, because like you're a kid, especially like a kid like me, where like my parents didn't want me to drink Coke because it had caffeine.
Oh my God! And then you get Cherry Coke?
And then like later, like I did get to have Coke, and I'm like, this is the greatest. And then like they made it even better.
Yes. Anything else?
From childhood, I'm sure we'll keep thinking of more. I think Ruffles, like sour cream and cheddar Ruffles.
Not for me when I was a kid. I would only eat plain chips.
Oh, okay, wow.
I was so fun. Except I would have nacho Doritos.
Okay, that's like me with my condiments.
Yeah, I think a hot dog is a pretty perfectly engineered food product.
Like a classic Oscar Mayer wiener.
You know, I haven't had a classic Oscar Mayer wiener in a while, but pretty much like any like beef or beef and pork.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
These days I'll go for a fancy-ish hot dog, like a Boar's Head all beef Frank or like a Hebrew National. I like those best. But when I was a kid, I think it probably would have been like a Ballpark Frank or Oscar Mayer.
Oh, I had Oscar Mayer as a kid. Okay, wait, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Did you ever wish you were an Oscar Mayer wiener?
Then everyone would be in love with me.
Did you ever wish you could drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
No,
Have I mentioned this on the show before that a couple years ago, we were having like a family dinner. It might have been like one of my parents' birthdays or something. And my brother Jake and I like basically ruined dinner by like screaming excitedly and laughing hysterically because we came up with the idea of like a Fast and Furious movie spinoff where everyone was driving an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. And the movie would be called Kielbasa.
I really want. I'm picturing right now. So, mom of the show, Judy Amster, dad of the show, Richard Amster, you, Matthew, and then your brothers.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like the five of you around I'm picturing you around like a circular...
Like a round table, like a King Arthur
round
table?
Like you guys have gone out for like dim sum in Vancouver or
Sure.
something around like a round table. And I'm just trying to imagine like the combination of like sarcasm, awkwardness, silence, annoyance that goes on around this table.
I mean, I don't think silence is really a feature of a hamster family dinner.
No, I can't picture it.
Oh, not at all.
No, are there moments when like Judy just stares at you guys like disapprovingly and
No, because she's so used to it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe we might have gone too far this time, but I mean, I think she's just happy that we're not punching each other like we used to when we were kids.
Yeah, okay.
And it probably seemed like that phase would never end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So to continue on with reveling in the past.
Let's revel.
What would like the first perfectly engineered food product in history have been?
So I had two ideas. One is Underwood deviled ham.
I don't know what this is.
Okay, so it's like a ham paste that comes in a can. And so it's nothing like a ham you would cure at home. And the thing is, it came out in like the 1820s, 1830s, and is
do you like spread it on bread?
Yeah, you spread it on bread
or on a cracker.
It's sort of like a what's that, induja?
Yeah.
Only not at all artisan.
Okay.
And I think it is known for being like the first brand name food, but also like I read a little bit about the Underwood company, not the typewriter company, totally separate. And they were like pioneers in food science and invented all sorts of like machinery and procedures that like made industrial food possible.
Wow! And so, give it up for the Underwoods.
Give it up for the Underwoods, especially Carrie, the heir to the Underwood deviled ham fortune.
What about Blair Underwood?
What about Blair Underwood? Blair Underwood is an actor.
Yeah,
right?
So handsome.
Yes. I as soon as you said that, I was like, okay, handsome actor, but I couldn't tell you what he's been in.
He's been in so many things, and yet I can't think of any of them.
Like,
hey, all you Blair Underwood fans, reach out and let us know.
Yeah, all you Underwood heads. The other idea I had was we already talked about this a little bit, but like something from the Kellogg family. I saw that movie, but sort of forgot it. But like, they were in Battle Creek, Michigan, and they were like making foods to prevent masturbation, and it was very successful, and we conquered the scourge of masturbation. But like the stuff, a lot of the cereals they were making seem like early perfectly engineered food products to me, right?
Oh my God, I just thought of another perfectly engineered food product of my childhood.
I knew we would keep coming up with them.
Oh my God, Cracklin Oat Bran.
Cracklin fucking Oat Bran.
Right?
Yes.
But it doesn't taste the same now. I don't know if it's changed or if I've changed.
They took the trans fats out of it or something,
my God,
and it's not that was an incredible cereal.
Oh my God. It was so with really cold like whole milk on it.
Yes, and it was so hard, but like but like in a good way.
Yes.
All right, I think wow.
Okay.
And it's like it's better. It's kind of better because we can't ever get it back.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to buy a box of Cracklin Oat Bran, and I'm just going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matthew, let's get into today's perfectly engineered food products. I believe that some of our listeners on Reddit have compiled a thread of perfectly engineered food products that we've mentioned
to the top of the Reddit, and the thread is archived, so you can't add to it anymore. Because I was going to like jump in and suggest a few, but I couldn't. But we went over that and used that to help generate a list, and then I went to Walgreens and Safeway and bought a few things, although had trouble finding the things you requested.
Okay.
I got original crunchy Cheez-Its. Cheetos, not Cheez-Its.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. White cheddar Cheez-Its. Do you think those are perfect?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I bet with white cheddar Cheez-Its, they literally like experimented with like how much the powder should stick to your fingers for optimum craveability.
This is something I think about with like original Cheetos, which are now labeled crunchy Cheetos,
right,
as opposed to like the puffs. The way that the cheese sticks to my fingers, and then I have to kind of like lick and sort of scrape it off with my teeth.
Yes.
And then I'm like, there's only one way to get rid of this nasty feeling on my fingers, and that's to eat more Cheetos.
Yes.
Okay, so Matthew, let's get into to some of our favorites today.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so we're not doing this in any sort of like rigorous way, right?
No, we're just enjoying ourselves.
And we're not even necessarily cheese plating it. It's just we like assembled a few of our favorites. Yeah, we're celebrating 500 episodes, 500 perfect nights together. That's not right. Who do you think would win in a fight between Chester Cheetah and Tony the Tiger?
Oh my God, I have to tell you, last night we had some friends over to like have kind of a barbecue in our driveway.
Oh my God.
Alice, our dog Alice, we usually let her go outside when we're out there without a leash on. She's very good. But she always goes across the street to pee on this like strip of grass. It's not on our neighbor's yard.
That's the pee zone.
It's the pee zone. But anyway, call back to the calzone episode. Anyway, but last night, Alice comes trotting out of the house, goes across the street to pee. She's squatting down. Our daughter's friend, Elizabeth, sees Alice out of the corner of her eye and goes, "Oh my God, a cheetah!" Our dog, for the record, looks nothing like a cheetah.
Less like a cheetah than possibly any other animal.
But what it was,
like a jellyfish looks more like a cheetah.
It turned out that Elizabeth thought that Alice was a coyote, but she forgot the word coyote, because we do have coyotes in our neighborhood.
Oh, that is so great.
Right?
That is an awesome like kid malapropism.
Also, we saw a deer on our street the other day.
Wow.
And we live in Seattle. That
I think it was just like waiting for an Uber.
Right. It was waiting for an Uber. It was like I meant to be like 45 minutes east of here or west of here on an island.
But I mean, do you think this is like a omen of some kind?
I just finished reading a book called A Children's Bible by Lydia Millett. Okay. Have you heard of it?
No. But I bet it's not a children's Bible.
It's not a children's Bible. But
I judge a book by its cover, personally.
It's engaged with climate change.
Okay.
It's a novel, and it's sort of like weird, apocalyptic. Anyway, but I can't help thinking that this deer was like a sign of like the world gone horribly awry, that there was a deer on my street.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We have like a major outbreak of rabbits in our neighborhood.
Matthew, did I tell you that I opened our yard waste bin to put the kitchen compost in there a week ago Tuesday, and there were live baby rabbits in our yard waste bin?
What did you do?
Oh my God, Matthew, it was a whole saga. It was so stressful.
Maybe we shouldn't get into it.
Let's not get into it. This is a comedy show. But anyway, I think that I've now learned a lot. But Matthew, if you're doing any like mowing or like digging up of plants in like June, let's say, you need to be super careful, because that's when baby bunnies are being born, and the moms tend to make like nests in.
Wow, no, I didn't know this.
Yeah, in like tall grasses and sort of plants that have a lot of cover. And I had been doing some gardening and dug up a couple of like big, sort of the kind of grasses that like wave in the wind, ornamental grasses.
Sure. Yeah, ornamental grasses. I'm with you.
I think I dug up these nests and didn't know it, and dumped them in the yard waste. And then there were baby bunnies in our yard waste, and we had to figure out what to do with them, because if there's one thing you never do, it is disturb a nest of wild rabbits, because they almost never make it.
Well, I mean, I appreciate this story, because I thought like by age 45, like I had an exhaustive list of reasons that I never want to do yard work, but now I have a new one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. I was just going to say, actually, I have two stories, like these are happy stories-ish about neighborhood animals. I mean, one's really a story about me, and one's a story about a squirrel.
Have you had any like animal funerals?
No, I mean...
For like wild animals that die around your home?
What?
We have like a little pet cemetery on the side of our yard where we have...
But not for pets.
No, they're for wild animals that like if a bird like dies on our deck, or let's say a baby bunny dies while attempting to find its nest again. I'm not even going to go into this story, but we're really good at giving funerals complete with like beds of flowers to wild animals. Okay,
no, I don't think I've ever had an animal funeral.
Are you serious? Not even like a goldfish as a child?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, have you not like dug a hole and buried a cat?
I've never dug a hole and buried a cat.
Have you ever flushed a goldfish down the toilet at least?
Yeah, but I think like maybe my parents did it, and I just didn't want to think about it.
What kind are you?
I like the kind who's like afraid to get in touch with his feelings, like a regular kind.
Okay. Well, whereas at my house, we build beds of flowers and weep over our wild animals.
But the thing is, we only have one animal at our house. I mean, we have like spiders and marmorated stink bugs and stuff. We've never had like a spider funeral.
I definitely wouldn't have a marmorated stink bug funeral.
I'm pretty good at like taking a bug and taking it outside.
Yeah, I do that too.
Like I don't get spiders sickness.
What is happening to you right now? Anyway, oh my God, how did I get talking about the trauma of the rabbits in the yard waste bin?
On in our 500th episode, there was supposed to be like a celebration of like the beauty of industrial food and podcasting.
I'm talking about climate change and animals where they're not supposed to be.
I'm going to try and fix this. But first of all, I was looking for the word arachnophobia. And what I came up with was spider sickness. Wow, that sounds bad.
Okay,
okay. So 2 things about animals in my neighborhood. This episode needs to stay like
content
strictly
warning.
On topic. No. The other day we were walking through Volunteer Park, and I saw a squirrel jump into a garbage can, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is a garbage can that has like the flap." And like, is that squirrel going to be able to get out of that garbage can? And I started to like worry about this squirrel, and like 4 seconds later, the squirrel like comes like bombing back out of the garbage can and lands on like the lip of the garbage can, just staring at me. And I was like, wow, I got served by a squirrel.
Did I tell you that 2 weeks ago we were on Whidbey Island for a night with our friend Sarah to celebrate her birthday, and we were staying like at this Airbnb where this couple, basically, they're major bird watchers, the people who own this place.
Oh God, this sounds terrible.
And anyway, we saw a great horned owl.
Okay, no, that sounds great.
Then, so we like sat in the grass for like an hour one morning watching this great horned owl, and then it swooped down and caught a squirrel not even 20 feet from us.
That is so cool.
It was devastating.
That is awesome.
Anyway, so I have a lot of wild animal encounters, more than I really want. This episode is brought to you by Bush's Baked Beans.
Finally, summer is upon us, but summer isn't summer without the classic taste of Bush's Baked Beans.
That's because they're the sweet, slow-cooked center of the barbecue-niverse, Matthew.
Yeah, and Molly and I love these things. We were actually talking to each other before we started the ad about how excited we were to get to do an ad for Bush's Baked Beans because we both grew up with them, and every time we open a can, they are just so tasty, they never disappoint.
I think of these baked beans as like what I would have with my dad on nights when it was just the two of us at dinner time. We both loved Bush's Baked Beans. And even now, I always have a can in the cabinet because whenever we are eating outside, whether like in our driveway or going camping, you gotta have Bush's Baked Beans.
The thing about Bush's Baked Beans is they're delicious on their own, and they also make everything else you eat with them taste better. Burgers, bratwurst, whatever.
Yep. So Bush's Baked Beans, you gotta have them. If you're having a cookout, a picnic, a barbecue, whatever, they make all those meals beautiful.
Summer doesn't taste like summer without the sweet taste of Bush's Baked Beans.
Check out bushbeans.com/spilled milk for more information.
This episode is brought to you by Ben & Jerry's.
Matthew, what's your favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor?
Mine is definitely fish food.
Mine's Americone Dream. I love that stuff.
All right, well, guess what? Ben & Jerry's has taken our 2 favorite flavors and 3 of probably your favorite flavors, listeners, and made them non-dairy. Are
That's
they
right.
just as delicious? Yes. Are they just as creamy? Yes.
Yes. They've got Tonight Dough. They've got Caramel Sutra. They've got Colin Kaepernick's Change the World. And here's the thing. They're all everything that you love about Ben & Jerry's, but without the dairy. And instead, they're plant-based.
That's exactly right. So you're going to go to the grocer's freezer case. You're going to grab probably all 5 of these and curl up with them in front of your favorite show. And you're never going to miss the dairy.
So check out Ben & Jerry's new non-dairy options, as well as the whole non-dairy family at benjerry.com.
That's BENJERRY.com.
It makes sense given the way that we've defined perfectly engineered food products that most of them are snack foods, right?
So in front of us, we have crunchy Cheetos. We have M&M, 3 kinds of M&Ms. We have Reese's Peanut Butter Cups Original.
Okay.
We have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and we have Pringles Sour Cream and Onion.
Open the Pringles Sour Cream and Onion. So you say that we said on some episode...
I think Reddit said that we said.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know if it was specifically sour cream and onion. I got these because I like this flavor.
Do we stand by it?
I do.
Give me a minute. Mm-hmm. God, the crunch of Pringles is so weird.
It is weird. Yeah, when I was a kid, we never had Pringles in the house because my mom didn't like them.
Moms, man.
Yeah.
I think these are good. I'm not feeling blown away today.
Okay.
The Cheetos, though.
The Cheetos are incredibly perfect.
The Cheetos they are amazing. And Chester Cheetah, he's much sexier than Tony Tiger.
He is. Tony the Tiger is sort of like one of these like sexless action movie heroes.
Yeah.
And Chester Cheetah is more like, if Chester Cheetah were to be portrayed by an actor, who do we think could portray Chester Cheetah?
Snoop Dogg.
I think I guess this has probably been noted before that
Chester Cheetah and Snoop Dogg have the same vibe.
They
and that is a real
have
compliment
the same vibe. Yeah.
For both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the perfect answer.
Okay, cool. All right. What else do we have, Matthew? Should we move on? Wait, let's try the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then we'll move on to candy.
Now, it's possible this is starting to get stale because I opened it like a week ago.
Oh, dear. Oh, man. Oh, God. These are not stale. These are so well engineered.
Oh, yeah.
These are not going to go stale. Like,
I hope not, because I need to eat it for breakfast for like 9 more days.
Okay. So, Matthew, while we're talking about this, Ken, I know we talked about cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Are there other beverages that we think are perfectly engineered food products?
I think on the pumpkin spice latte episode, we said a pumpkin spice latte was a perfectly engineered food product.
Did we have one last fall? Last fall. Oh, we weren't vaccinated last fall, so maybe we weren't hanging out.
That's right. They only serve them to fully vaccinated people.
That would be a good incentive.
I think I did not have one last year, but I will have one this year.
I mean, it seems like everything is getting earlier and earlier.
Oh, right. Like they're putting out the Halloween stuff right now in July.
Yeah. When do we think the PSL will be available? Do we think that...
July 24th.
This episode is coming out July 29th.
Okay. July 30th.
Okay. I'm going to put my money on September 9th.
Okay. You want to make it interesting? What are the rules? Like, is it like Price is Right rules, like closest without going over?
I don't know.
Because if it's closest without going over, I'm going to say January 1st.
Okay. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. And like the PSL was like a surprise because I don't think either of us thought we were going to like it.
I expected to be like scornful and superior about it.
Right. And it turns out we were joyful and inferior.
Okay. What else? I think there's a good case for Coke. I mean, that is... You can't improve.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the exception of cherry Coke.
Yeah, the only thing better.
You can't improve upon Coke.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna posit as a perfectly engineered food product, and we can discuss is Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail.
That stuff is pretty incredible.
It's incredible, and it's not cranberry juice. It is highly engineered.
It's not so.
I mean, it contains cranberry juice, but like I don't think you could say like. I mean, I guess Minute Maid orange juice is pretty engineered also, but like, I think you couldn't make Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail at home, right?
No. I mean, just by
juicing cranberries and adding water and sugar, I don't think it would come out the same. I think they have really like let the flavor scientists loose on that, and it is fantastic.
It is really good. Are you going to make yourself a Cosmo now?
I'm going to make myself a Cosmo now. Is that just like cranberry vodka and lime?
Who knows?
No way of finding out.
Nope. Okay.
When was the last time you watched an episode of Sex and the City?
Oh, I watched Sex and the City like it was my job.
Oh, me too.
In the summer of 2004. I had just broken up with my boyfriend of 3 years. I felt liberated. So what I did was sit in my apartment and watch Sex and the City
that sounds kind
endlessly.
Of perfect. I think I watched it earlier than that. When did it come out? Like end of the 90s?
I think so. I was quite late. I was watching it on DVD.
I think I was also watching it on DVD, but it was like it was still on, but like a couple seasons had aired.
Did you see any of the movies?
No,
I did.
Okay, I heard they were very
in theaters. Bad. Yeah, it was. I mean, if I could get that money back now, think of the things I could do with it.
But did you go to like the theater with like the reclining seats and the cocktails and stuff?
No, but that would have been the way to do it. I would drink a Cosmo.
Back.
You got to drink a Cosmo.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, if a glass of wine in one of those theaters costs like $18, what would cranberry juice, vodka, and whatever else is in a Cosmo cost?
I don't know, like $26.
And we would all pay
every
it.
penny. Yes,
we would all pay it.
I mean, what? Yeah, what would? Are you? Wait, did we already talk about like which Sex and the City character we are?
No.
We should, right?
Yeah.
It's about time. 500 episodes in, people deserve to know the truth.
Okay, I've always felt that in truth, I was Miranda.
Okay.
But I want to be Carrie, even though I know everybody fucking hates Carrie because she's like all self-centered. I mean, I hate her too. But I want to be some version that's not just straight Miranda. And I don't want to be Charlotte. And Samantha's great, but I don't want to be Samantha.
Okay. I think I'm a Charlotte.
You're Charlotte?
Yeah, like because
like, you're kind of like naive and excited.
Like, I don't know if I'm as naive as Charlotte, but like I'm boring in the same way. I think, and like I'm like really big on like the right way to do things.
That's true. Would you get with Kyle MacLachlan?
Sure. Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan is great.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you agree? I think I'm Miranda.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. It's kind of unfortunate.
No, I don't think so.
But Steve is so great.
Steve is wonderful.
Steve is so great. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd get with Steve. Sign me up.
I know like of people who are like rewatching the show now. I imagine it hasn't aged very well, but maybe in sort of an interesting way.
No, I think it's probably not something to rewatch. Although, who am I kidding? Like, shows like Love Island exist, and we can tolerate that. I mean, Sex and the City at least has a storyline to it.
That's true. I've never watched a Love Island. Should I?
Oh, my spouse has watched like all 850 episodes of Love Island.
It sounds funny.
Now,
is Love Island? Because there's like a rash of shows, and I pun intended, like where like we put all these sexy people on this island and they're not allowed to fuck. Is that Love Island?
Oh, that's not Love Island. No, Love Island is this weird contrived thing where it's like
too hot to handle. Is that something?
I have no idea. But in this one, they have to, in the first episode, they have to choose their first, like, boyfriend or girlfriend, of the show.
Okay, that sounds good.
And then in order to break up, they have to I don't think you can be single on the show.
Okay.
Who
would want to? Yuck.
You have to choose someone there to partner up with.
All right.
But the thing that really fucks me up about Love Island, I've only watched like 3 episodes.
It's actually a peninsula.
It was much better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's terrible, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. They all sleep in the same room. It's like a room with like 8 queen-size beds in it. I
have heard about this. That is so weird.
Isn't that so weird? I just feel like at least give them separate bedrooms so things can get really spicy.
Why do they do that? Is it because they don't have much of a budget after they bought this island?
I think it's because we're talking about it. I mean, look at this. This has had its intended effect.
Yeah, it's because someone in the writers' room was like, what if we put all their beds in the same room? And they were like, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I recommend Love Island.
Okay, I think I'll have to watch them.
Yeah,
I've seen like clips of it.
It is horrible, and also somehow it feels like eating a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah.
It's like, it's delightful. It doesn't leave you feeling bad. Like, did I tell you that Ash and I attempted to watch a reality show based on the L Word? It was called like The Real L Word.
I heard, you may have mentioned this.
And it was so bad that by the end of it, we were having an argument because it was so stressful.
Was it like a real world type of setup?
No, it just follows like 4 lesbians or 6 lesbians or something in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And they're not living together. It's just like following them. And they're all either they're making terrible decisions that are depressing or they're horrible.
Yeah.
And anyway, by the end of it, we were arguing this was by the end of the first episode, and we were like, we can never watch this show again. This is terrible.
I saw on the Reddit that somebody claims that we said Smucker's grape jelly was a perfectly engineered food product.
I'm willing to believe it.
Okay.
I mean, I love like Concord grape flavor. Like, actually, just yesterday, my mom was going to the grocery store and was like, do you need anything? And I was like, would you pick up some popsicles for June? And Mom came back with 1 box of pineapple popsicles and 1 box of grape popsicles. Okay. And you better believe I am pumped to eat those grape popsicles.
Yeah, I think of like that grape flavor as something that I'm not really fond of. But when you, and I don't really go for the grape jelly. But the grape popsicle sounds really good.
Think about, did you ever have like grape flavored Bubblicious bubblegum?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so like the first half dozen chews of that, when the grape flavor is like exploding in your mouth, like before the flavor all goes away and turns to garbage, it's so good. There's nothing that makes me salivate more. I'm salivating just at the thought of grape Bubblicious.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And like they put like, I don't know, citric acid or something in there, even like a non-sour one, just like to make you like salivate a little more when you start. Yeah, it's great. Like any kind of commercial bubble gum could easily fall into the perfectly engineered food product category, right? Like a watermelon Bubblicious.
Oh my God. Well, yes, but that's the same thing. I mean, these are very well engineered.
Oh yeah. No. Like I haven't had a watermelon Bubblicious probably in several years, but I can, in my mind's tongue, can taste it and the texture. What I don't understand is why they can't engineer the flavor to be good longer. I'm sure they've worked on it, and like I think it's hard. Like they need like they need delayed time release, like 12-hour bubble gum. Like what do they call it in like the pharmaceutical industry? That's the word I was trying to think of. Like extended release. Yeah, there we go. Extended release bubble gum, and everybody's going to be addicted. Yeah, it's going to be bad. But like of all the things to be addicted to, like bubble gum doesn't seem too bad. We'd all be hitting up the jaw surgeon after a while. We would be hitting up that jaw surgeon. Like it would be a really good time to be a jaw surgeon. Okay, wait. I had a brainstorm last night. Yeah. I think that Bush's baked beans, like in a can, the original ones, not the vegetarian ones, although I can't say I've tasted them side by side, but I think Bush's baked beans are a perfectly engineered food product. Okay, make the case, because I feel like I could make baked beans at home that wouldn't be the same. They're not going to be the same. Come on now, okay, don't argue with the engineering, man. All right. But just imagine it for what it is. I mean, it's fine if you like the home version better. Right. Like you could make your own Cheez-Its, okay? That would be delicious, but they're not going to replace your white cheddar Cheez-Its. I made some homemade crackers the other day that were quite tasty. Yeah. So you don't have to agree with me, but no, I'm coming around. I'm coming around to your take. I mean, they need nothing else. They are balanced. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I'm not arguing about whether they're great, but are they a PEFP? Yes. And I think so. I feel like I just twisted your arm a bit here. You did, but like that's how we do things here on Love Island. Okay. Like. Do they have to do people on Love Island have to say what they're into? Because like in the clip that I saw recently, someone was introducing himself and said, "And I like sucking toes." And I'm like, that's upfront. I mean, that's not where the toe is. I guess it's sort of upfront of. I've only watched 3 episodes, so I don't want to go out on a limb here and make big statements. You're gonna have to ask my spouse. Okay, they're the expert. All right. Okay, I will text them. What about like other things, like difficult to label products? Like I think that ranch powder. So we've talked about Cool Ranch Doritos being a perfectly engineered food product, but I think ranch powder, like Hidden Valley Ranch powder in a packet, is a pretty amazing product because you mix that with sour cream, which to me is a revolting concoction. I mean, sour cream being the concoction. Okay. Remember when we did a sour cream episode and we nearly died? Yeah. So I think sour cream is a revolting product. I do like sour cream in things. I think sour cream is a revolting product, but you take Hidden Valley Ranch powder and mix it with a pint of sour cream, and it is possibly the most addictive substance anywhere. Yeah, I still don't like a creamy dip, but I recognize the greatness. And I like almost anything with ranch powder that's not a creamy dip. Why don't people do things like dry rub meats with ranch powder? I think... Would you lose it in the heat? Would you lose the ranch in the heat? I think maybe you would. I don't know. They definitely don't sprinkle it on the chips before they fry them, right? No. But it does seem like a good idea.
It does. I mean, the buttermilk flavor, we already know that's great, at least with like chicken.
What about like a fried chicken with ranch powder? Is that must be something people do?
Oh, I'm
right?
sure that's a thing people do, right? I mean, okay. For instance, I feel like there's been, a trend lately with togarashi, like Japanese, like spice
I
powder.
feel like we were kind of on top of that trend.
God, that's the only one
only
ever.
time ever, yes.
But anyway.
Well, I mean, we're jumping on the Sex and the City train.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. So what if you took fried chicken and dusted it with ranch powder the way that people are often like dusting it with togarashi these days?
I think someone is doing this.
Okay.
Now, is like the Hidden Valley Ranch packet, is that the same as ranch powder or is that different?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
I just wasn't sure because I don't think I've ever bought it before.
I've only bought it for making dips.
Okay.
Yeah. What about...
Wait, as opposed to what?
Well, people
Isn't
also...
that what it's for?
No, people also make
salad
it
dressing.
to make salad
right.
dressing.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that ranch started as ranch dressing and not ranch dip.
Yeah.
I'll be over here just like knowing things about food.
All right, Matthew, what else do we have to do here?
Fast food.
Fast food. Is fast food... Can it be a perfectly engineered food
Yes,
product?
I think this opens up a pretty big worm can. Because, I think, like the original...
I love that you said worm can. Nobody ever says worm can.
Well, this guy does. People say worm bin.
That's different.
Because I think an Egg McMuffin is a perfectly engineered food product, right?
I've never had one.
They're very tasty. Like McDonald's fries, right?
I think McDonald's fries are okay. No, I think they're very good. They're better than Wendy's.
Okay.
That's fine.
I think I'm not a Big Mac fan myself, but I think a lot of people would say a Big Mac.
What about a Frosty?
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, I've had a lot of Frosties
I
lately.
make like milkshakes and malts all the time at home. They're nothing like a Frosty.
No.
I don't have like the polymers and surfactants required to make a Frosty. And if I did, I would use them to moisturize my skin.
I think that good soft serve
Yes.
is a perfectly engineered food product.
There is a place doing like fancy soft serve in Seattle now.
Homer.
What's that?
Is it Homer or Milk
no.
Drunk?
I don't think it's either of those. Apparently, we're in the middle of a soft serve renaissance.
Homer and Milk Drunk are owned by some lovely people, but the taste, the flavors of their soft serve are often a little too fancy for me. I want just like chocolate and vanilla.
Okay, because that's what they had at this place, which was a pop-up at the Pastry Project in Pioneer Square. But I think the ice cream did have a name, but I don't remember what it was. But anyway, it was like they really got the texture right, and the toppings were like just a little bit fancy, and it was so good. Yeah, but I agree. Like I think Dairy Queen vanilla soft serve, absolutely perfectly engineered.
I'm thinking of like, have you ever been to like the Jersey Shore or the Delaware Shore?
No.
Well, so like, on the
And
boardwalks
it's weird
there,
because I was featured on the show Jersey Shore, but I've never been there.
I have only been to the beaches in Delaware, the Delaware Shore.
Have you ever been to Love Island?
But anyway, Core Brothers, which is like a frozen custard place, it's like fine.
Okay.
But you can get it like dipped in chocolate,
Yes.
that weird like magic shell chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good. I don't even care that you can get better frozen custard or whatever.
Sure.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
No, because it's at the shore.
It's
right?
at the shore. You can feel the salt on your skin.
Yeah. You take a bite of ice cream, then you lick your skin for a little salt chaser. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Lick someone else's skin consensually.
Oh, it's so fun at the Delaware Shore. Okay. Have you come up with any new personal perfectly engineered food products in the past year, our pandemic year?
Yes. And there's one that came to mind in particular. And what happened was this was like a product that I bought maybe once because I was curious about it and then forgot about it. And it was okay. And I forgot about it. And then when wife of the show, Lori, started kind of taking over the grocery shopping because she would do the QFC order for curbside pickup, she started throwing these in thinking this is something that Matthew likes for breakfast. And I came around to them really quickly and started eating this for breakfast every day for a while, which is Chobani Flip yogurts. And in particular, the chocolate.
And these are like dessert.
They're dessert. Yeah, absolutely. I'm the kind of person who has no problem having dessert for breakfast. So the particular ones I like are the chocolate haze craze and the key lime pie. Again, they're like nothing like anything you would make at home. It's like a sweet yogurt and then like a little cup of crunchy stuff to like tip in and stir in.
Perfect.
And it's totally engineered and totally good. Do you have any?
So during the pandemic, I think my appreciation for jalapeno chips, specifically jalapeno kettle chips.
I remember this, yes.
Has gone like through the roof. In fact, I think I almost burned myself out on them a bit.
Yeah, I did like get to a point where I'm like, I don't need any more Flip yogurts for a while, but there's some in the fridge now.
No, we have jalapeno kettle chips.
Yeah.
Anyway, jalapeno kettle chips, I think, really took off for me in the past year and a half. I think that I have really enjoyed ice cream sandwiches in the past year. Like the classic ones, it's like they're rectangular, the kind of like soft chocolate cookie.
Oh, yes. I know what
like
you mean.
the little like it's been docked.
It's been docked, yes.
Oh, yeah. Those are so good.
So good, yeah.
Even when they're not very good.
No, I think like the best, like we've gotten like the Klondike version, which is like uncanny valley of sandwiches for me, because like I really want like the super squishy store brand one or an actual Klondike bar.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I really like, I think the store brand ones are fine. I also really like when I'm really feeling like shelling out, getting the Alden's brand vanilla sandwich. They're really, really good.
Okay. I don't know if I've had that. I'll get them.
I like Alden's yogurt.
Sandwiches.
I like Alden's ice cream.
Yeah.
So makes sense. Okay, Matthew. Anything else we want to say here? God, this has been an extremely long episode.
Oh, no, it's fine. People want that. I mean, this is our 500th episode. We're never going to do another 500th episode unless the audio for this one gets destroyed or something.
Okay. Anything else?
Do we want to do trend forecasting?
Yeah.
I like one question. Like we wanted to talk about like what do we think the perfectly engineered what do we think the PEFP trends of the future are going to be? Because we are noted futurists, right?
Yes.
People,
every now and then, do you get like an email from somebody, like some marketing person being like, we'd love to have you on our panel about like restaurant trends in the future? Or did you used to get that when you were doing restaurant reviewing?
Like,
oh my God.
I don't know. Like,
I'm always
probably
like,
pizza.
Please go on to someone else. I am not a good person to answer this question.
Here's kind of like a thing I was thinking about, which is, starting, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 years ago, like they really started pushing the boundaries of like variations of existing favorites. So now, like if you go to the store, there's like 17 kinds of M&Ms and like 10 different Reese's peanut butter cups. And usually I will keep coming back to the original, or in the case of M&Ms, either like original or peanut.
Or I think about this in the case of Oreos.
Right. Has there ever been one of those that eclipsed the original for you besides possibly Cherry Coke? Even now, it's been quite a while since I've had Cherry Coke. I'm for sure going to buy some soon.
You have to tell me if it holds up or if it's
I'm
like
curious.
A SpaghettiOs experience.
Because for me, like I wouldn't say it's eclipsed it, but I think I like the Reese's Big Cup as well as the original. I'm trying to think if there are any of these that I actually like better.
I don't know about that. I mean,
because they're going to keep doing this.
Of course they're going to keep doing this. They're relentless.
Speaking of which, I got a weird M&M that we need to try. This is not necessarily a PEFP. We're just going off script here.
I find that I tend to like, now that I think about it, I think I kind of tend to like the second product in a line. So like peanut M&Ms, I think I prefer over plain M&Ms.
Double stuff Oreos?
I don't prefer them over, but they're sort of equal. Mm-hmm. I think about like Honey Nut Cheerios to Cheerios, right? What else is there along these lines?
Is Frosted Flakes the second Corn Flakes?
Maybe. Okay, Matthew, what do we think?
Okay.
What is this?
These are pretty good. These are like Rocky Road flavored M&Ms. I don't think they're as good as peanut M&Ms, but I'm certainly going to finish the bag.
I'm struggling to find the marshmallow. Is it just marshmallow flavor?
I think it's just kind of marshmallow flavor. That's the thing. Like, I wish it had a gooey marshmallow texture. But here's the thing that I want to talk about.
I'm getting almost a little coffee nut flavor.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned that you wanted to get coffee nut because you think those might be a PEFP for you. I couldn't find them. They're calling this Rockin' Nut Road. What the fuck is that? Is this like a joke on something? This was driving me nuts last night. Like
I think they couldn't call it Rocky Road.
Oh, you think Rocky Road is a trademark of some other company? It could be. No, it could be.
I don't know.
But like Rockin' Nut is like.
But we all know what it means. We all know it's Rocky Road.
We all know it means they're going to bust a nut.
So what else could they have come up with? I mean, if they for some reason don't want to do rocky road. Could they do
right. Well, this one's like speckled.
like stone paved road?
They could do stone paved road.
Cobblestone road.
Yeah, I think these are pretty good. All right, should we move on to segments? We'll revisit this episode on this topic on episode 1000. How about that?
I can't wait. All right, spilled mail. All right, this one comes from listener Megan. I'm wondering if you've seen the new M&M sharing size mixed bags. We actually have one in front of us, Megan. And what is our opinion on them? I'm getting all weirded out reading this, changing like whose perspective it is. Okay.
So you can just read what the listener wrote. Okay. I didn't realize this was going to be like a test.
Okay. I'm wondering if you've seen the new M&M sharing size mixed bag and your opinion of them. It's a large bag of M&Ms with 3 different flavors. The one I bought is the classic mix, plain, peanut, and peanut butter. What would be your perfect M&M threesome? And if you could make another perfectly engineered food sharing size threesome, what would it be?
Okay, So let's talk about threesomes.
Okay. I've never had one. Have you had one?
No.
Ah!
Wait, cut that out.
Wait a minute.
No, of course
haven't?
not.
No?
Do I seem like a threesome kind of person?
I think that is a rude statement.
You're
don't
right.
think
You're
there
right.
is a threesome
you're
kind
right.
of person.
You're right.
I think that people are way kinkier than any of us now.
You're absolutely right. No, I think like I paused weirdly, partly because I thought it'd be funny, also because then like I had to like stop and think about it, and then like I was thinking about that instead of being on the show. Like if the question is would I like to, then it's the opposite answer.
And the answer is yes.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, Megan, we have a bag of the classic mix in front of us. It's quite delightful. Personally, I don't think I would buy it again. I like my M&Ms separate. I feel like I can't quite focus when I'm presented with the mix.
Are we still talking about M&Ms here?
Yeah, there's like too much going on.
Right.
I want one thing happening
like
at
the
a time.
peanut butter one always feels left out, right?
Yeah. Or if like I'm eating a plain one and then I think it's a plain one, but it turns out to be a peanut butter one, and then I get like all in my head like, oh my God, how could I not tell the peanut butter one apart from the I don't know. I'm trying to figure
out what this metaphor means.
Me too. I was just trying to find a way to make it, when there's like too much stuff going on.
Yeah, no, I do.
When you're like, I need to remove one thing that's happening right now. It's all really great, but there's too much happening.
Oh, no, I do this to myself all the time. Like I say yes to the dress, and then
I'm talking sexually.
Oh, I was thinking just like work-life balance.
No.
Oh, like does this happen where you want to like pare things back a little bit?
Yeah, or like I can't like kiss while other things are happening.
Oh,
like
interesting.
It's just one thing at a time for maximum enjoyment.
No, I think I generally agree with that. I like focus.
Mm-hmm. Yet in the movies, everything's happening at once.
So you're saying like sex in the movies may not be 100% realistic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the perfectly engineered threesome.
So what would our perfect M&M threesome be? I mean, I got to say for me, it would be these 3. Like the milk chocolate, peanut butter, and peanut. But I also agree I would rather just have like a bag of one type.
I think for me, my perfect threesome would be 3 bags of coffee nut.
Okay. Those are very tasty.
I like those.
Mine would be Rockin' Nut Road, pretzel, and jalapeno. Which they did do.
They did?
Yeah. It was, did I like it? I kind of can't remember.
Here, I have a perfectly engineered food sharing threesome in general. How about tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil? But that's not engineered.
It's not engineered. Like,
Chex Mix.
I was just going to say Chex Mix.
God! Yes! God, your hand is really sweaty. What you been doing? Okay.
I was thinking about perfectly engineered food threesomes. Thank you for writing in, listener Megan, and using the word threesome like 3 times.
Matthew loved
Very
it.
good. It's time for Now But Wow. It's my week to pick, and I think I've talked about this on the show before, but maybe predating the Now But Wow segment. It is a comic series that is, it's from Japan, but it's available in English and Japanese. I think the English version might be ebook only, but I'm not positive. It's called Is Kichijoji the Only Place to Live? It's by Maki Hirochi, and it is about these two real estate agents who are real like eccentric characters who live in the Kichijoji neighborhood of Tokyo. And every episode, like every chapter of the book, a woman comes in who needs a new place and is also in the midst of some sort of life transition. And so they like go above and beyond as real estate agents and like take her around to like a neighborhood she's never been to before and like, you know, take her out to eat and show her the perfect apartment. And then like by the end of the chapter, like you see
they have a threesome.
They have a threesome.
I love this book.
Yeah, it's I mean, your idea sounds great also, but the actual book is very family friendly, but also very fun. Okay. And it's like sweet and very funny. Like you really like end up really loving the two real estate agents who are twin sisters and are super into heavy metal music. And like, you know, every time someone comes into the office, they're like, is this a real estate office? Like, why is this woman playing guitar behind the desk? And it introduces you to different neighborhoods in Tokyo, and like the restaurants in the book tend to be real places that you could visit. I absolutely love it. There are six books. All of them are available in English. The series is done, so you can read the whole thing and just come back and enjoy it anytime. I read it over and over again.
Oh, this is so fun.
Is Kichijoji the Only Place to Live by Maki Hirochi.
Wonderful. Well, as always, our producer is Abby Circatella. Her work is really cut out for her this time.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for being with us for most of our 500 episodes. I mean, this is the part of the show where we want to thank, I mean, we don't have time to thank all of our listeners by name, but let's thank our 500 best listeners.
Okay. I'd like to thank...
your mom.
I'd like to thank your mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll thank your mom and you thank my mom.
We'd like to thank our spouses.
I thank our spouses.
Our children.
Yep.
Our pets.
Yep. I'd like to thank Mimi for listening to every episode.
I'd like to thank you, listener, for making it through this episode.
Yep. And I'd like to thank you, other listener, who turned it off before this part, but still had a couple of good laughs.
Okay.
Before skipping ahead and listening to another podcast.
If you'd like to, if you're still listening, you can rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep. Like something you might say in your review is 500 episodes and somehow they're getting worse at it.
No, Matthew,
you're going to say
don't give people ideas.
No. But it's no one who actually got to this point would leave that review. It'd be like 5 stars, like my ultimate podcast threesome.
Yes. Okay.
Either that or Robert Krulwich and Jad Abumrad. I know Robert Krulwich isn't on the show anymore because you told me. Oh,
right.
But is still up for the threesome.
Totally.
With any listener.
He is kinky.
Talk to other people who listen to the show at reddit.com/r/everythingspilledmilk. And until next time, we'll see you at episode 1000. Where we will be cyborgs.
I'm Molly Weisenberg.
And I'm Matthew Amster Burton. Or maybe like we will have uploaded our consciousness to the cloud and like mashed up and like chopped and screwed our consciousnesses together.
Chopped and screwed?
That's like a music thing.
Oh, okay. All right, bye. The squirrel was like too tame.
That, yeah, you know, squirrels are dangerous, right?
Yeah, but we were on vacation. Look at this owl.
That is incredible.
Isn't this incredible? Okay, but hold on. Get ready for something really incredible. He has already landed on the squirrel. And now watch. He is like, can you see him looking over his shoulder? He's got his like wing out.
This is a cute animal. I need to know. Wow. That is amazing.
Isn't that horrible? He's like...
No, it's great.
He's like fucking Voldemort. He's like... with his like wing/cape thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not choked up about an owl eating a squirrel.
No, but you're like, yeah.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of squirrels, and owls are cool.
It's true. Owls are really cool, and we do have a lot of squirrels. Okay, wait a minute. Let's get back to our perfectly engineered food product episode.
If I saw like my neighbor like swoop down and like grab a squirrel with his claws and carry it off, I would be very upset. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Okay, Abby, you can figure out how much of that you want to cut. Okay. All right.